My name is Constance Irele Mega. Okay, so today is the day of the girl child, actually International Day of the Girl Child. This means it's happening all over the world, all right? It's an observance that everyone is involved in, every country today, 11th October. And so I was supposed to have a conversation on this with someone, but since I can't have him and he seemed to also not be reachable, I don't know what happened. But I really do hope that he's okay. All right. So we're still going to have a conversation. And just to let you know what is happening today with in line with the International Day of the Girl Child. All right. So the day was actually established by the United Nations. And the idea is to focus on gender equality, education and healthcare. Of course, advocating for girls' rights. And there's a theme for this year. The theme for this year is Girls' Vision for the Future. And so the thing about this particular theme is that it conveys both the need for urgent action and persistent hope. Now, I have a funny question for you. Is it funny? It's not funny, but it's something that I've heard people complain about. So I just want to hear from you. Again, do you think that advocacies, calls, push, if you may call it, every form of move that has been going on, advocating for the rights of the girl child, do you think you don't do? Okay, I was supposed to say that in English. So do you think all the advocacy for girls' rights, it's too much? Do you think it's too much? If you think it's too much, you will tell me why you think it's too much. If you think it's not too much, please do tell. Why do you think it's not too much? Because I know some people are already choking. I'll be right back after the break. Stay tuned. All right, so world over, the girl child is on the front burner. Conversations about the rights of the girl is leading today. Yeah, schools and different programs or places where children who are females can actually be gathered or seen so that talks can be held. Those things are happening today. All right. And of course, with what's that thing called? The theme for this year, which is Girls' Vision for the future. A lot of people are having conversations about the need for urgent action and persistent hope. I mean, yesterday, I heard, it was one of my bosses, right? I'm trying to remember, who said something about the girl child and how, it wasn't yesterday, was it today? I'm trying to remember. But hey, forget about when it was, but the conversation was had. At some point, that statement was made about how a lot of things are dragging, trying so hard to pull the girl child out of her essence, bring her out of her place of comfort, if we may. A lot of things are dragging the girl child, trying so hard to put her in that position where she is literally seen as nothing. And so I'm asking you to tell me, do you think that all the advocacies for the rights of the girl are just too much? They've done enough. It don't do. Una don't to talk am. All this advocacy, girls. What about the boys? All right. So I'm asking you to tell me from your own perspective, perhaps, from what you think you've heard so far. Do you think the advocacies are just enough? If you think it's enough, tell me why you think it's enough. If you think, no, it's not enough, also do tell me why you think it's not enough. Okay, so a miracle happened. So I told you earlier on that I was supposed to have a conversation with my guests and I just could not reach him. Glory. So my guest is in the studio, Mr. Tombari Dumka-Kote of the River State's response team on violence against women and girls. He's here with me in the studio, and of course we're going to have a wholesome conversation about the girl child. So ensure to give me your response to my question already. All right, send me a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. That's the number where you're going to send me those messages to, and you're sending me WhatsApp messages. Okay, so while I'm still waiting for you to send us those messages, all right, with your own response, I'm going to engage my guests in the studio. Comfort Lawson is also here to comfort us as we're having this conversation. Comfort, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
All right. I think I turned on the wrong mic. Please say that good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
I told you something about comfort, being here to comfort us, and she's got the voice for that. Good afternoon, Mr. Tombari.
Yeah, good afternoon, Constance.
Oh, you wanted to give me high blood pressure.
Oh.
I say it's not my portion. God will not allow this to happen.
Yeah. Today is the day of the girl child, and then...
and you guys have been up and about.
Yeah, we've been up and running around town to ensure that the message gets across to every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the situation of the town this time. So,
yeah.
Apologies
all right.
to the listeners, and then we'll make do of our time very well.
Okay. I mean, so you are a man who is pushing, advocating for the rights of the girls. And I'm pretty sure that, have you come across men who feel like, what is wrong with this man?
Yeah. I think it is not normal. One of the things we're even looking at is His Excellency the Governor of River State said of recent, putting psychiatric measures in place as some of the measures to check some of the abuses that the girls face. Because when you see some of these things occur, especially when it comes to cases of sexual exploitation, because
doing for the rights of women and girls is not a normal thing for you to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I see, in fact, when some of them have confronted me, I told them, are you sure you are not a perpetrator? Are you sure? Yeah, you must be a suspect. Because, in fact, it's a cause that every man should champion. Because the girl child today emerges to be somebody's wife tomorrow. So if you are coming and then you are going to get married to a woman who have faced abuses, who have gone through several forms of violence, then your life is even endangered because that woman can wake up one morning and say, look, enough is enough. You might not have been the one who have carried out those evil acts against her, but she sees that picture of a man in quotes and she can attack you at any point. So it is a duty for every man, every woman to take it as a responsibility, irrespective of where you are, to ensure that we curb the menace of violence against girls in society.
All right. So with the theme for this year's vision for the future, I have to get from both of you what it means to you. So should we start with Comfort or start with Mr. Dumka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since you're already talking.
Yeah. You know, when we talk of girls' vision for the future, it is looking at what are the expectations of a girl child. Remember, a girl child is like every other human. A girl child is also entitled to her rights, and a girl child is not supposed to be deprived of any of her fundamental human rights or anything that society can provide for anybody that makes life meaningful, that empowers her to meet up with her pace of development. So that the vision of a girl child is becoming that person who can contribute to society, becoming that person who can also make people happy, growing into a woman that will be proud of herself, be proud of her family, and be proud to have come from a community, and be proud of living in a society. That is part of the vision. How does she attain this vision? Good education, quality education, equality, ensuring fair treatment of that child. That the child is a girl child doesn't mean that she should be deprived of any good thing of life. And of course, that child should also have equal opportunities when it comes to participation, when it comes to involvement. So if that child is not carried along, because that is the vision, everyone wants to grow to become something better tomorrow. And the girl child also for the future. So part of what that theme for this year is talking about is for society, is for the government, is for individuals, is for communities, is for families to ensure that the right of the girl child is not denied her. Ensure that the child gets that fair opportunity enough, just like the boy child and every other member of the family would get, to attain full development, to contribute meaningfully to society.
All right, thank you very much. But let's come to you.
I think he actually touched all areas, but let me focus on equality and empowerment. Like he already said, girl child given equal opportunity as boy child. You know, to institution you go girl child. Some people will tell you, I don't employ females. I don't employ them. So I think today is a special day to celebrate girl child and to create awareness. All right,
thank you very much. The child deserves your comments or your response to the question I asked initially. Do you think that the advocacy of girls' rights is too much? If yes, why? If no, why? All right, 0809-006416. Send me those messages to. I think we'll talk about the because let's talk about support, right? Because it seems sometimes people get their own challenge. There are no conversations or talks about support or the right thing to be done. It's just like I see they're overwhelmed. Right? So how can we support the girls, right, in their dreams? We're talking about this support from parents and of course the communities at large. How people ensure that the girl is under their care or who is around them get to live or follow their dreams.
Yes, first is from the family circle. It has to be acknowledged that the girl child is in no way a slave and in no way lower than the boy child in the family, because this lack of family support for the girl child has made the girl child feel having some level of feeling inferior. That look, I'm a woman, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm a woman, I can't attain this level in society, because it starts from the family. How do you, as a parent, how do parents now take their child? How do they take their child at home? Because you see, sometimes maybe the mother will say, even if the girl child is older than the boy child, she will serious. That goes on to the educational status and what they get, the inequality they get. When you say they get, she should marry her, she should go and earn a trade so that she can also and then this one, he gets to Oxford University, he needs to grow.
He will be the governor.
He will be the governor and all the rest. So I thank God today that in Nigeria, we have seen women became governors. We seen women for River State, the 23 from first when it turns out you're going to end up in the mansion. End up in the mansion.
Someone can't remember what portfolio he has, but he a work of the bill and the communities where he met, and the women cut any of the. Is anyone who was interviewing women? But communities where he met, and the women cut any of the. Is anyone who was interviewing women? They couldn't look him in the eyes. And that's because of the culture.
Yeah.
Where women are suppressed, people who are aired. But we also talk about the role that how do you should also play helping girls?
You talk about government closer to us. You're talking about the local governments.
Sure.
Yes. I think we need more sensitization in that aspect, because those are the people that get closer to the grassroots than the federal or the people that get closer to the grassroots than the federal or the state government. So the local government aspect, I think more sensitization should be carried out in the local government. We can go for market rally. There are lots of sensitizations to carry market hostels, lots of places, schools, to educate the girl child. So if from the local government, if from the grassroots, we can carry out such sensitization, I think we'll make progress.
Interesting. Mr. Dumka, you've been doing this thing for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years now. But could you perhaps share success stories, about, what your team has been doing when it comes to empowering girls in River States? Perhaps one or two stories.
Yes, there are so much success stories to share, even if we've not gotten to the peak of success. But I think I want to say one thing that we placing priority of women and girls as an effort of the response team and the other members of civil society community, where we always been pressing for the right of the girls and women, especially when you look at some of the enabling laws now, the right of the girl child to share in family property. We've also, as a result of some of these activities and the response team have carried out of recent, we have some communities who now have women participate in the Council of Chiefs. Before this time, women don't because men had women the community and women and decision. Because even areas like in some communities where oil actually exploitation activities, before this time, it comes to degradation and environmental pollution. Because they are seeing changes in some of these communities. Women are now made part of decision makers. The multinationals are now engaging women aside engaging the men. And we are seeing that things that don't used to get to the women before, now they will say empowerment, they will train just the men. Women are also getting empowerment locally by way of skills acquisition. It's a commendable one.
Wow, that's a beautiful one. Well, I'm sure you want to join the conversation, right? So apart from the question I asked earlier, which I'm still asking, do you think that the advocacy for girls' rights is much less or no? Strong reason me why. I'd like to hear from you. And of course, apart from that, you could also tell me what else you think about how girls can be better encouraged to thrive in our society today. I would like to hear from you. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, or 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007. Oh my goodness. Chris, how long have you been here?
Hello.
Hi, Chris from Rumo. Rumo where? Oh, Rumo Kurusi. Okay. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is Chris calling from Rumo Kurusi. Yes. And the issue of the judgment done by Martin Samuel's camp.
You actually are calling the wrong... That's not the conversation. Hi, Muriel from Okrika. Please go ahead.
Hi, MC. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to the guest.
Good afternoon.
MC, I don't think the advocacy for women, for the girl child, is too much. For me, I think they're not even doing enough. In fact, they are trying, but I don't think it's not getting any effect. Also, do you know that the girl child is now an endangered species? There are so many challenges facing the girl child in Nigeria, especially in Africa. Look, early marriage is part of it. And they talk about education and also, you know that there is an increase in kidnap of girls and using girls for ritual purposes. No, I wonder, so I sit down and I wonder, why is it that the girl child is the only, I don't know what's in our body, that it is only mostly the girl child that is used to perpetrate all this evil. This is in the society that the security officers are not doing anything to curb it. Wherever you go, you see some of them, they come back from cars, they lose their senses, they use them for rituals, they do in school, they go to school, you see that they kidnap more girls and boys. Yeah, that is not enough. The little they are doing is not giving us any effect at all. Whatever early marriage is concerned. Do you know the kind of sickness, the kind of illness that comes from early marriage? A little girl of 12, 13 years can be even in her home, she's an endangered, she fears for her life because she can be raped, she can be molested even at a tender age. Efficacy is not too much. In fact, I even think that they're not even hitting the nail at the head. It's not the education. Don't train the boys before the girls. Those are not the issues. There are social issues. The girls, like even the vendors, they are doing protector in the society. Thank you, Constance.
All right, thank you, Muriel. I was about to say thank you, Constance, as well. You know, from the way Muriel sounded, it's as if she's advocating that with all that you're doing, you should add karate to your advocacy. You know, karate, so that the girls can also learn how to protect themselves.
Yes, yes, I think, you know, although we've gotten to the climax or the peak of where we'll say, yeah, we've done everything well. But I say in the States, which gets, and then get going from school to the special court to be joining as this, and then it gets to everywhere. It gets to be to receive where to.
I'm not saying that